You're listening to Sports Jam, Episode 20, recorded January 9th, 2012. Chad, look out for that well.
I'm Chad Cetera. The NFL Divisional Round playoffs are upon us. Boy, do we have a surprise team for you.
I'm Stephen Pepper. Will it be an orange bear racing to an undefeated season?
I'm Rob Steele. Tebow316 says, I just whooped your... Oh, wait, that's wrestling. Sorry, I'll fix that when the show starts.
Sports Jam is now.
Denver's football, first snap of overtime here, tied at 23. Line of scrimmage, the Bronco 20. Shotgun for Tim Tebow. Short motion is Eddie Royal. Tim play fakes in the pocket, sets, throws, pass caught. Demaryius Thomas out over the 45 midfield. Here we go. 40, 35, foot race, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown! Denver is over! It's over in Denver! The crowd has lost their mind. It is over. The first play of overtime. A play fake by Tim Tebow, a pass to Demaryius Thomas to the end zone, an 80-yard play. And the Broncos are headed to Foxborough to play the Patriots next Saturday.
I'd like to thank our friends at KOA in Denver, Colorado for that call. Stephen, Rob, Tim Tebow. He has done it again. And but the best thing about it is, how many yards did he pass for? Does anybody know?
Tebow316.
Unbelievable performance. What a game that was. And, you know, and I'm ashamed to say I lost one game in the whole picking of last week's wild card games. Unlike my co-host here, who was 3 losses, but the one loss I had Pittsburgh winning that game. But the Denver Broncos have advanced to the AFC Divisional Playoff. They're 9-8, Stephen. They're going to New England.
It's going to be a tough game against the Pats, but I didn't give them a chance, nor did you against the Steelers. If they play the defense they played Sunday, I think they can stay in the game.
Well, yeah, but it's all going to be based upon Tim Tebow.
It's always based upon
the new sound effect. We're loving it, and we're going to abuse it. Tim Tebow was 10 of 21 for how many yards, Rob?
316.
Including the 80-yard touchdown pass to the guy that was picked in the first round ahead of him, Demaryius Thomas, who had 4 receptions, 204 yards receiving. What a performance by the Broncos, and, say it,
Tim Tebow.
The people in Denver are excited. The people in New England are probably even more excited. They don't have to see the Pittsburgh Steelers in the second round. And when you have a player like Tom Brady and a coach like Bill Belichick, who I really would like to rename right now Bill Belichick, but I won't. We won't do anything like that. And Tom Cry Brady, we won't do any of that.
All the hate.
Here's the thing in this game. The Denver Broncos are the American story right now. Everybody loves them. Boy, the Lord up above loves the Broncos because of one person.
Tim Tebow?
But the New England Patriots are the number 1 seed. Tom Brady, 5,235 yards passing in the season. Wes Welker caught 1,569 of those yards. And, oh yeah, Rob Gronkowski, pretty good on tight end, 17 touchdown receptions for the tight end. But can they run the ball? Can the Patriots run the ball against the number 1 rush defense in the NFL?
I don't know, Chad. If you go back to the game where they played in Denver, Denver dominated the first quarter and then they left. I don't know what happened to them. If they can repeat that first quarter for 4 quarters, I think they have a chance. And Patriots really don't have a running game anyway.
No, they don't have a good running game. And in fact, they can't stop the run either. And the Denver offense is the number 1 rush offense in the NFL. They're against the 31st ranked defense in the NFL. This is going to be one of those games, Saturday night, 8 o'clock on CBS, that everybody is going to watch. The Denver-Pittsburgh game provided the best ratings in television in the AFC playoffs in 23 years. That record is going to last 6 days. The Boston Market and the New England Patriots against the savior above, Tim Tebow, the Denver Broncos. But honestly, I have to go with my brain here. The streak ends. The Patriots will host the AFC Championship game, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, Tom Brady at home, I'll go with him, but, my record hasn't been good in the past, but I think New England they'll pull it out.
Just for sound effect purposes, I hope we're both wrong for next week.
I want to point something out while we're still on that game. The winner of the Denver-Pittsburgh game in their 5 of their last 6 playoff appearances against each other, the winner of that game has gone to the Super Bowl.
That's a very good fact, and
that's an excellent stat.
Unfortunately, Denver is 8-8. They're now 9-8. It's going to be hard to say Denver has a shot to win 2 straight road games against a high-flying offense and what could be the best 2 defenses left in the National Football League playoffs, the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. Houston put a whooping on Cincinnati. Neither one of us saw this one coming.
I thought Andy Dalton, who threw 3 INTs, I thought he would play a whole lot better. The Houston defense showed up. Wade Phillips, he got them going. They're going against the good Baltimore Ravens D, so I'm saying low scoring, maybe 4-4.
Well, these 2 teams have played already this year. Week 6, Baltimore won at home 29-14. And in that game, the Houston Texans were loaded. Matt Shaw was their quarterback. Arian Foster was finally getting his legs back. Andre Johnson was healthy. They don't have Matt Shaw. And I like TJ Yates. He's a great, I wouldn't say great, quality backup rookie quarterback.
He's a good game manager, Chad.
Yeah, so is Tim Tebow. But the only way Houston wins this game is if their number 2 rush offense in the NFL, led by Arian Foster's 1,224 yards and a huge performance on Saturday in Cincinnati, and Ben Tate, who almost had 1,000 yards himself, can out-duel Ray Rice in that Baltimore offense. They're going to be conservative. Joe Flacco is a playoff quarterback, in essence. Him and Mark Sanchez, come on. Joe Flacco, you've got to look at the Ravens and say if they run the ball with Ray Rice, they're going to win the game.
If they can run, Chad, they got to be able to run with Ray Rice. If they shut him down, is Flacco going to beat that Houston Texas defense?
Hey, week 6, 23 carries, 101 yards. So not only did they run the ball, but Joe Flacco was 20-33 for 305 yards passing.
Because they ran the ball.
Well, and you know what? I see them doing it again. Baltimore's jacked up. When's the last time the Ravens had a home playoff game? They're going to be jacked up. They are the team, in my opinion, that's going to win the AFC. The winner of this game right here is your AFC representative in the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
I agree, and I did say Ravens were the best team in the AFC.
Yeah, you did say that like many, many weeks ago.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's so we're both taking the Ravens to win this game, and we're also both taking the Patriots. The NFC has some very intriguing matchups. I want to start off with the 4 versus 1 matchup. The last game, 4:30 on Sunday on Fox. The number 1 seed, defending Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers, 15-1 against a team that spanked.
They spanked them.
Oh, they spanked. For the 3rd time in NFL history, a game ended by the final score of 24-2. And Rob, you'll be excited about this one. Only one time in NFL history has a team only scored 4 points in a game.
Apparently.
I knew you'd be excited about that. But the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta Falcons look like crap.
They didn't show up, Chad.
I've got more about them in our triple-double today. Mike Smith, look for a job. But 24-2, the Giants put a beat down on the Falcons. They will go to Green Bay, to Lambeau, the last game of the weekend. They played, the Giants and the Packers played each other in Week 13, 38-35. Something very familiar about the score of that game in a game back in 2007.
Was it a game against the Patriots they played?
That would be the one I'm referring to.
They lost 38-35 and then beat them in the Super Bowl, correct?
Yeah, that is true. And Packer fans are sitting there licking their chops going, yeah, we want the Giants. We want to play the Giants. No, you don't want anything to do with Eli Manning.
Well, nothing with that D. If that D comes out again.
Here's the Packer fans. Think this. In the environment I work at, that's all you hear are, the Packers are the greatest team since, I don't know.
Sliced bread?
Yeah, even better than that, right? So they're sitting there saying the Packers are going to destroy the Giants. They're going to control the Giants because now they have their offensive line back. I don't care. If the Giants get after the ball like they did against the Falcons, they stop the run like they did against the Falcons, and force Aaron Rodgers to beat you. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback that can beat you, but Eli Manning is a quarterback that can go throw for throw. He is a Super Bowl champion just like your Aaron Rodgers. He is the brother of the best quarterback we've seen in decades. Yes, Peyton Manning is still better than Aaron Rodgers right now, even hurt. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. This is going to be a great game, just like it was in Week 13.
It was an excellent game. And if you look back, Matt Stafford threw all over the Green Bay defense.
Exactly. And this game, I mean, that 38-35 game was even closer than what it looked like.
Yeah, Mason Crosby, 31-yard field goal as time expired for Green Bay to win the game.
Yeah, we thought Green Bay actually was going to lose. That was going to be their lone loss of the season. Now they lost to Kansas City. So if I am Tom Coughlin, I'm looking at the tape of the Lions against the Packers at the end of the season. That's where the Lions just threw up all over. Literally threw up all over. Then I'm looking at that Kansas City game and seeing what the defense did, and that was put pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Yes, this game's at Lambeau Field. Your mind says there's no way Green Bay is getting beat at Lambeau Field. 2007. Remember that. 38-35, the Giants lost to the Patriots. In order to get to the Super Bowl, the Giants had to beat the Packers in the NFC Championship game. They beat them, and they beat them in overtime. I see this game being the first ever overtime game that needs 2 possessions to win. Even though we thought that was going to happen, but thanks to our buddy Tim Tebow, we didn't have that happen. So, Steven,
who are you taking? It's tough.
This is the toughest game to pick. You know, they think the Saints and 49ers are going to be tough to pick. This one's tough to pick. I am calling, screw it. I'm calling the upset. Giants win in overtime.
I'm going to be a homer. You've got to go chalk. I got to go Green Bay. I got to go against you.
Yeah, you're 2 games behind me. You got to go different eventually.
It's going to be a close game either way. I think it's going to be great. But the game Saturday, 3:30 on Fox. Saints travel to San Francisco. I don't know which games. I mean, this is going to be a good game too.
It's can you put a brick wall up high enough to stop the high-flying Saints?
No.
And I agree with you, Rob. The Saints are scoring on average 40 points a game over the last 6 weeks. They scored 45 against Detroit and only had 10 at halftime.
They only had one half. They got held down and still scored 45.
The number 1 ranked offense, 465 yards per game against the number 4 ranked defense who only allows 308 yards. So the question is can the Saints, if they only get the 300 yards of offense, can they still beat 49ers?
Yes.
I think it comes down, they got to be able to run the ball with Frank Gore. If they don't run the ball with Frank Gore, Alex Smith's not going to beat you.
What's going to beat you is that San Francisco defense who had a plus 28 turnover ratio in 2011. That's sick. I mean, I looked at the numbers. They had a plus 28. I think Green Bay had a plus 21. Everybody else had a plus 10 or less. The San Francisco defense is the ticket to this one. Plus, they're the number 1 kick return team. So already a Ted Ginn Jr. is getting the offense. You give Alex Smith and Frank Gore a short field, which that's what they're going to do. San Francisco stays in this ball game. But if they try to go toe for toe against the number 1 rated quarterback in NFL history, 5,476 yards passing. And by the way, he's not even going to be the league MVP this year. Drew Brees and the Saints are going to go into San Francisco, and they are going to pull the upset. And to me, it's not even an upset.
I'm picking Saints. Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. But I think Saints go out there. I mean, they're too hot right now. They're too hot, so Saints win.
So let's recap. We've got the Patriots, the Ravens, both of us, so that's going to be a great AFC Championship game. You have the Packers against the Saints. I have the Giants and the Saints. I have a feeling you're going to be right.